Hey guys, Jasmine here with Out of the Box Homestead. Justin is getting the dog his food and then he'll be over here in just a second. I'm going to go ahead and get started just because this is kind of a longer topic and we're going to kind of speed through it here. But basically we've been asked that we've referenced our videos. Oh, come on over. We have referenced that in our videos. You see an eye? In our videos we've been asked what is the weekly budget meeting that we are always referencing, because people sometimes they ask, what do you actually have to talk about in a weekly budget meeting that's so frequent, or all that stuff. So we're just going to kind of quick do a little intro on what a weekly budget meeting is and kind of take you along for the journey. Want to lead?
Sure. Well, for budgets, we recommend using a platform, and our favorite platform to use is EveryDollar. There's a free version of it, but we use the paid version.
Yeah, that's made by Ramsey, Dave Ramsey Corporation. Mm-hmm. They're the ones who made it.
Yeah. And so the paid version we like because it links to all your accounts. You can set that up so that all your transactions automatically get recorded so all you have to do is drag and drop all your transactions into your different budget lines.
Yeah. So it's actually really user-friendly. The only weird quirk that we don't really love is that when it refreshes with the bank, on occasion it will roll up the same transaction as a duplicate or a triplicate. And so how we start our business, how we start our weekly budget meeting is just literally going through and deleting duplicates. Mm-hmm. It's a weird little step, but
yeah, because it refreshes linking to all your accounts occasionally, and when it does it too frequently, it doesn't recognize that it already grabbed on transactions, so it'll duplicate it or triplicate it.
Not a deal breaker for us, but it's kind of annoying. We've talked to the bank and EveryDollar about it. There's not really anything they can do at this point. It's actually because of the security side of the banking that does it. So, minor whatever, it's fine. So we review the transactions that come through, drag and drop them to our categories. One thing that we do though is this beautiful little thing. This is, we just bought it off Amazon. It is originally, what was it, a pencil holder or magnetic?
It's a magnetic organizer.
It's a magnetic organizer. We stick it on the fridge, and it's got actually pretty strong little magnets. I'm kind of impressed with it. But we throw all of our receipts in there during the week. And so if I've remembered as I'm, going to the store at the register, I usually try and quick scribble grocery or household or pet or whatever. So a lot of the times it's already labeled necessarily, but I just have the bulk of receipts to deal with. So we throw these in the fridge. We have 3 of them. One's for the business, because you guys know I have the cat salon. And then one is for household receipts, and then the other one is for giving or tithing. Yeah, so we're big believers in tithing and giving. It's all God's money. We're just being given a little bit to play with. So we sort through the transactions. We use our receipts to kind of verify that. It's easy when you have 4 Walmart receipts and you're I don't remember this. Or if you skip a week and you've kind of backlogged yourself a little bit. Even though it's not ideal to skip a week, if life happens and you just can't, then you can remember what they are. And so we kind of verify the transactions with the receipts themselves. Once the receipts are actually done and they're actually we've already reviewed and stuff like that, we have a couple of folders just clipped to the fridge. One's for business, one's for personal. The tithe ones go into personal after we're done. But really, this is just in case we get audited or, I don't know.
Or we need to go back and review it at some point.
Yeah, if we have a return or something like that. We would love to digitalize this too. We have a great scanner now. And so that might be a project we do in the future. As of right now, it's literally just throwing these in a folder and then putting them in a filing cabinet. So that end of the year receipts are really easy to go back and find exactly what we need. So, yeah, what else?
Besides that, you identify envelopes as folders? I don't know.
Whatever. Whatever terminology you need to use, okay?
Yeah.
So we use EveryDollar. We do use the upgraded paid version. I don't know, did we just talk about it or not?
Yep.
Yeah, you did. We use the upgraded paid version. We are not sponsored by them in any way. We just happen to love this tool. It's an effective tool for us. It does mean you spend a little money to save a little money. So it's currently $100 a year or something like that. Mm-hmm. That's really not that much money per month. And for us, we use the free version. We had used the free version, but we weren't like plugging in the transactions.
Yeah.
It was tedious.
Yeah.
And things would slip through the cracks.
Yeah, if it wasn't convenient, we weren't going to do it very easily. So we had to make things convenient, which also that was one of the steps we took to setting ourselves up for success. And other things we do to make sure that we set ourselves up for success is put it in the schedule so that we both know.
Because I would forget.
Yeah, and I don't like doing it personally, to be honest. So,
Neither of us like it. We
So-
would love to just live free and careless with our money.
so putting it in the schedule, keeping each other accountable, and that we actually do it is very helpful.
Yeah.
Making sure the kids are in bed when we do it, so that
Setting up the right environment. That's a really big tip for like being successful.
Yeah.
Kids in bed. Make sure he's had coffee or food so nobody's hangry or sleepy. Make sure I've had dessert. I mean, what? Basically, we want to make sure that, when you guys go sit down to do this as a couple, or if you're by yourself, that's fine too. If you're not married and you're doing this journey yourself, we would just encourage you to make sure that you are not overly sleepy or you're not frustrated because you're hungry. Make sure you've, drank your water, washed your face with cool water. Whatever you need to do to set yourself up for success, make sure you do it.
And then you like your cheat sheet.
I have a cheat sheet because, again, my brain, y'all know how forgetful I can be. So our cheat sheet is literally just, I won't show you all the numbers because that's our banking info, but we do have just a list of, our Mave account, our Tide accounts, our couple of our business names, and then a breakdown basically of all of Justin's card numbers, and then the last 4 digits of his cards for his debit cards, and then a column for all of Jasmine, my cards, and then our bank account numbers. While this would probably be like super dangerous in the hands of somebody who got it, it also helps me get it done. So
Yeah,
I keep a cheat sheet.
It helps when you're going through the receipts and there's always those last 4 digits printed from your card that you used.
Oh, like
to identify.
we went to Walmart. What card is 5822? Which is not one of our real cards. And he's like, blah, blah, blah. He just thinks of it right off the top of his head. I don't even know how he does it, but I can't remember that sort of stuff. So if you want things to move smooth and quick, I use a cheat sheet. Cheat sheet and dessert. Winning combination. So yeah, just have your bins, your envelopes set up, your folders, envelopes, whatever you want to call them. Have your envelopes, ready for what you're actually going to do with the receipts after you're done with them. If you're just going to pitch them all, that's fine. Just know that if you're going to get audited or something like that and you need it, you won't have it. So it does mean less clutter though. So, take it with a grain of salt. Outside of that.
Yeah. So then we get asked, how long does it take us to do a budget meeting?
Yeah, that's a common question
So,
we get.
Aside from the initial setup of every dollar, you have to go and make all your categories and stuff. That takes a little bit of time.
Yeah, that was a little tedious, but once you got it set up though, man, our weekly meetings are really quick.
Yeah. The first one of the month can be a little bit longer, maybe 20, 30 minutes.
Oh, you have to
Because-
roll over from the previous
Yeah.
month.
So every dollar is nice in that it rolls over all your planned values from your last month to the next month when you start your budget, but sometimes your numbers change a little bit on some of the categories, so you have to reset some of the numbers for
Yeah.
us.
Like last month I didn't need near as much in groceries, but I did need kids' clothing money, and so I kind of, took from one category and put more in the other. This month it needs to go back to its regular setting. I don't need any for kids' clothing and stuff like that. So
Or if you make a one-time purchase for rabbit cages.
yeah, if you're making purchases,
Rabbit math. Beware.
I don't know what you're talking about, hun. Rabbit math is a real problem, okay? Y'all know what I'm talking about. We do a lot of saving stuff, though. Come on now.
So you have to reset your numbers sometimes.
Yeah.
And so that takes a few extra minutes to go through, but then it's just drag and drop after you've gotten rid of all your duplicates. And so the middle...
So the first one's pretty a little bit longer. The middle weeks during the month, though, they're really fast. Like
Yeah.
5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
You're only dealing with 1 week's worth of receipts, so it should be fast. If y'all are taking a long time on this, you're spending too much money. You're not getting out of debt anytime soon. And then the last week.
The last week is will take a little longer as well, because then you're actually going through and matching all your plan values to your actual values, and then seeing how much you saved extra. And then
This is my favorite week because this is the week that we see all the extra money in the little folder that says debt to pay off debt. And then you actually get to go click that and spend the money to pay down the debt. And it is the most exhilarating thing to me to see a credit card get fully paid off. Man, we do some serious happy dancing around here.
and dessert.
And dessert. We do celebrate with dessert. I think joy in life, that has to be had. Just saying. Happy dances and dessert. And the kids usually join in on the happy dances if they're around when we paid off. But there was one month, what was it? We chunked down like $4,000 or something like that on debt. Maybe it wasn't quite that high. Maybe 3.
Yeah, we did say
We
that.
like hustled, guys. Like the whole Gazelle Intense thing that Dave Ramsey talks about. Like we were, like that cheetah was so far in the dust. He wasn't catching my hind end, okay? We were really intense that week. I think we sold some extra stuff and I don't even know what it was. But it was like, I think we had a bonfire with s'mores to celebrate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we did. It was like
color flyer too. That's a lot of fun.
yes, we do splurge with Color Fire because that's fun for the kids, and we do that a lot with foster kids when we need to kind of do some bonding to kind of help reinforce kid relationships. And so, yeah, we had a party that night. If we drink alcohol, I probably would have had alcohol, but we're not really big. He likes to drink. I don't. I know that's not true. I loved to drink until I got pregnant, and then it ruined everything. And I still haven't been able to drink since then, so weird, right? Anyhow, so first and last of the month, week of the month is a little bit longer. The in between months super fast. Any other questions people have?
That's the only one I remember.
I know money saving tips is a huge one. That probably needs to be a whole video in and of itself. Until we make something like that, I would totally probably refer you guys over to what are their names? Melissa and Jeremy? Yeah, I think Melissa and Jeremy and
Was it Good Simple Living?
Good Simple Living and Homesteading. They just did their, they have gone through this whole debt-free journey. They're actually a few years ahead of where we're at. We're still sludging out of the debt. They are out of debt now, and they're doing a beautiful move out to Idaho, debt-free, and we're huge supporters of them. We love them. We think what they're doing is fantastic, and that's kind of the dream of where we're at, too. So we're working our way to it. But until then, they have a great little tip-saving video for, I don't remember all the content in that particular video.
Yeah,
But
it was like their top 10 ways that they save.
yeah, so go reference them. I'll put a link into wherever it is on the video. I'll put a link in there so you guys can go check out that video. Other than that, I think that's about it. We gave you some good tips, showed you what ours is. I'll make another video which you guys can check out. There will also be another link. And you guys can check that out. That'll be for every dollar, so you guys can kind of work through what that actually looks like. We'll set up a mock budget for you. Outside of that,
If you found this helpful, you can click a like.
yeah, guys, it's okay to subscribe. You get those notifications, hit that bell. That way when we put out new stuff, you guys can kind of follow along with the journey. We've got everything from gardening to chicken and quail and, not chicken. Well, I butchered chicken. There is one video on that. Not many. I'm not doing chicken right now. So, you guys follow along for the journey. We are in for the long haul. We want to stay debt-free, and we have a little bit of debt. little bit of debt to get out of. So, we are just along a journey. We hope you found this to be helpful and useful, and yeah, have a great day, and be safe out there. All right, talk to you soon.